A Nike box with no lid. You know what that means? Nike factory store back wall. Hey guys, welcome back to the Kicks Reasons channel, and today we're looking at this pair of Nike Huarache that I found at my recent visit to the Nike outlet or the Nike factory store. These were sitting on the back wall for the price of $45 or something like that. But additionally, Nike had 30% off, so I managed to grab these for $35. And I can tell you, for $35, these are absolute steal, because this is one of my favorite Nike models from the early 90s that I absolutely loved back in the day. And I managed to grab pretty much every release that has been coming out in the last almost 10 years now. You guys are gonna see them on the close-ups, but just like all the other previous releases, Nike has still managing to put genuine leather on this shoe, which I'm still very surprised and I'm baffled about, because this shoe was never intended to have genuine leather. It was never genuine leather on it when it was originally released. We had this kind of a soft synthetic plus the mesh, which made the shoe very free-flowing, very slipper-like, very, well, this is kind of the premise behind it, but very comfortable to wear even without the laces. One of the things back in the day, and I mentioned in the previous videos, the laces were extra long because we have 2 rows of lace holes. Now they're much shorter, and honestly, you don't have to lace them at all. You just can slip them in because they're one inner booty that is intended for you to look like a sock. Just like all the other previous releases throughout the years, I went half a size up on these, because if you go through the size, they're going to be snug, they're going to be uncomfortable and quite small actually. So I went half a size up for those of you that are wondering and still not having a pair of this absolute classic. Just keep in mind you have to do that. Now this is a very simple yet very attractive colorway to me. It's just white, blue and black. I can tell you right away, this one will be worn a ton this summer by me. I have another one that I'm constantly wearing when I need something to travel with, when I need something to go quickly, put it on my feet, because if those of you that travel, you know, when you go through TSA, you have to unlace your shoes, take them out and put them back in, lace them back up. And these are actually perfect for this, because you just slip them in, take them out and put them on the tray, and it's extremely faster process for you to travel with. These kind of tips with traveling, only people with sneakers will tell you. But yeah, they're very light, super comfortable to walk around. I think I've done like 25,000 steps in pair of those going through Paris, and they never gave up, and my feet did not feel like they're tired or anything. And now, back in the day, originally the pair were released with full-length encapsulated air units. I'm not sure if Nike's still doing this. It says air in the back, they're super soft, but I'm not 100% sure if that's full length or it's just on the heel. And I'm gonna tell you as soon as my other pair gives up, since I'm wearing it all the time, and it's now what, 8 years old. But we'll find out. Yeah, definitely. But again, I cannot emphasize how surprised I am continuously that Nike are releasing these ones with genuine leather. And it's so weird because the upper is genuine leather, but if you flip the side where the laces are, the bottom layer is actually synthetic. So they didn't keep it uniform. They didn't keep the genuine leather on the top and then genuine leather on the bottom. They kind of faked us with the synthetic on the bottom and genuine on the top. You know, I'll take that. It's still genuine leather on the outside. And of course, genuine leather ages very slowly, not as bad as the synthetics and the other materials. So expect these to last for quite a bit. The only kind of a major concern, and those that have original pairs, you probably know, the Nike branding on the back, that it's kind of rubberized, that over time is going to get hardened and it's going to become brittle and might actually crumble. But the way this shoe is constructed with the, again, with the inner booty, is still going to be wearable, because you really don't need that in the back. You're not going to run in them. Now they're more of a casual shoe. Obviously back in the day they were released as a runner, but we have the exact same perforations on the neoprene booty that it's right on the front. The mesh is very ventilated. We have the classic Huarache patch on the proverbial ton. It says Air Huarache by Nike. It was one of the interesting things back in the day. That was one of the first shoes, or actually probably the first shoe that I've seen when it was released, and they didn't feature a swoosh anywhere on the outside. Normally Nike shoes at the time had the swoosh on the lateral side, at least. Most of them on both medial and lateral, and all over the place they were having a lot of branding. But here you only have Air on the heel of the midsole, and you have Nike, which is barely visible because it blends with the same color of the heel retainer on the back, and of course you had the tiny bit Huarache patch here on the proverbial tone again, and that was it. So from a distance, if you didn't know what kind of shoe this is, you will never guess. That was one of the most attractive parts to me back in the day, because if you knew, you knew. People that were following the brand, you knew that's Nike, and you were definitely a fan of it. Very simple outsole, just like majority of the Nike models throughout the early and kind of mid 90s. They were not investing too much in fancy outsoles. Most other brands were trying to do a lot more creative things, but that was one of the big letdown to me personally, that Nike was just doing simple things, simple branding, 1 or 2 colors, no more than that. I think the most outrageous outsoles were Jordan models, starting from 7, 8 and onwards, but still before that they were just keeping it simple, and they were relying more on the upper design and the functionality, and of course the marketing of the Air unit. These ones are produced in January of 2022, so I guess these released kind of early last year, so it's been a while. But again, $35 at the Nike factory store, yeah, absolutely, I'll take that any day. And I actually looked around if there's another pair or different color, or even if it was the same, I would have grabbed it too for $35, but this was the only one. The insole, we have only simple Nike on it, nothing fancy, and the insole is kind of like what I'm calling run-of-the-mill insole. There's no ultralight, there's nothing fancy on it. It's just black top insole, nothing to write home about. I believe the original insole was including these under arch support inserts that a lot of those runners at the time from Nike featured. And I'm really happy, last but not least, about the box, despite the fact that I don't have the lid and it's ripped off. I'm glad that Nike brought these original style boxes. They're kind of like mimicking the original release in the early 90s. With almost the same sticker that is super tiny. It says the information about the model and the sizing, and this kind of a silver stripes on the side. Really cool. You know, again, unfortunately I don't have the lid on top of it, but my intention for these is to wear them a ton, so I really don't care in this specific case. So that's pretty much it. That's it, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you're new. There are a ton more videos coming very, very soon. And as always, guys, you have a wonderful day.